Beer here back in the Fantasy Bar. Wednesday on tap. Got some of my favorite plays ready for you to roll, including a couple plays under 3,000 on DraftKings. A big-time bat in a good pitching matchup here. I think is in a great spot for a home run. Another starting pitcher for you under 10K in a great spot. And, of course, my favorite play of the night in a massive home run spot. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Rare Wednesday edition here of the Six Pack. Wanted to get another video in here this week. Ton of games on the slate today. We got some of my favorite plays ready for you to go here on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and hanging out here in the Fantasy Bar. Before we get into the plays, thumbs up button. Very important. That's the tip jar here on this free video. Thank you very much for that and your support here of the video and the Fantasy Bar. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any of the great content here. And check out scoresandodds.com/beard. Guys have been killing it over there. Shout out to Britt Devine, lighting it up in the MLB money line play. So go and check everything out there. Scoresandodds.com/beard. That link in the description of the video. As always, we gave you our first play of the day in our intro video. You can find that on our RotoGrinders YouTube page in the shorts section. All right, let's get into the rest of the plays here for today. We are going to start in the outfield with YORDAN ALVAREZ of the Astros. So YORDAN killing right-handed pitching as he always does, and that's despite a BABIP under 300. We talk about that a lot. It's been a little bit unlucky here. These numbers could be a little bit higher, but even with that BABIP at 263, we're still talking a WOBA over 400 and ISO sitting at 267. And anytime I see a pitcher that depends on a sinker, YORDAN ALVAREZ moves to the top of my list of hitters I want to get, and we get that tonight here with Chris Bassitt. That is his primary pitch. Two left-handed hitters. We're talking a 500 WOBA and a 426 ISO for YORDAN ALVAREZ against that pitch. Bassitt has also been struggling big time against left-handed hitters. WOBA at 369, giving up power as well at 279. Expensive, no doubt, but worth it. We'll find you some value here in some of the upcoming plays. YORDAN ALVAREZ, great option here tonight against Chris Bassitt. All right, speaking of value, let's go there next at third base or shortstop with the youngster, ELLY De La Cruz. So we saw De La Cruz make his debut yesterday. Solid performance for him here. And this guy, one of the best prospects in all of baseball, and gives you a great combo of power and speed, doing both in AAA. If you've seen this guy run the bases, it is a sight to behold here. And these prices, they're just not going to be this low for very long. The site's generally a little bit slow to adjust to some of these youngsters coming up. So buy low here while you can. Certainly going to garner some ownership. People know who this guy is, but still one of the best value plays, especially in cash games. You need to get some savings. Even in tournaments, don't think the ownership's going to get totally out of control. We do have Coors Field on this slate and a ton of good options here. So De La Cruz should be a building block for you here tonight, especially against Noah Syndergaard. We know very vulnerable to the stolen base. So this guy gives us that in spades, along with that power we talked about in Syndergaard. Issues with lefties, 357 to WOBA, 240 the ISO. So way too cheap here. Fantastic buy low here on ELLY De La Cruz. All right, let's go to the other side of that game with the Dodgers. Some more value for you here and a lot of positional flexibility. Third base, shortstop, or outfield with Chris Taylor. Now, we liked the Dodgers stack yesterday. You can go right back to the well here today, but I'm going to give you a cheap piece of this stack to make life easy on you. We know Mookie Betts, a solid option here. Some of those other bats, JD Martinez, don't mind going back to the well on any of those guys, but Taylor should be in the lineup here. So whether you're stacking or you just need another cheap piece, you go De La Cruz, you go Taylor. Nice little correlation there that'll save you some money, but it's Taylor that leads the way for this Dodgers lineup. All the names we just talked about, he is pacing them in both WOBA and ISO this season against lefties, which he's done over the course of his career. Both WOBA and ISO over 400, at ISO approaching 500 against lefties. So ton of power in this bat. Now, strikes out a ton against lefties. We can negate some of that with Williamson. Strikeout rate under 20% this season against righties. Power mix is there for us as well with both fly ball rate, our contact rate over 40%. Chris Taylor, nice cheap Dodgers piece here for a stack and one of the better value plays on tonight's slate. All right, I promised you a starting pitcher under 10K. We're rolling with our boy, Jon Gray of Texas. So Gray, very good for us the other night against Seattle. I want to go right back to the matchup here with the Cardinals, and he's been fantastic here after a slow start. We're talking 5 straight starts of 21 or more DraftKings points. 4 of those starts have been 27 or more DraftKings points. And again, one of those starts against Seattle the other day for us here. Now, the Cardinals as a team don't strike out a ton against right-handed pitching, but when you look at the projected lineup, we're seeing 6 guys with a 20% or higher strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. So a guy that's under 10K, pitching extremely well here against a Cardinals team that's been struggling a bit, like the matchup more than most will tonight for John Gray. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Wednesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play. All you gotta do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter. Guys, it doesn't have to be the Beast of the Night. All you gotta do is throw a number in there. Whoever's the highest scoring hitter, you got the closest guess in fantasy points on DraftKings, you're gonna win yourself a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's wrap this baby up with my favorite play of the night. You know, Mass, the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We've saved you a lot of money so we could spend up here at first base and outfield. We're rolling with Shohei OHTANI of the Angels, tonight's Beast of the Night. And we don't get OHTANI in here a lot. He's generally in play on every single slate, but I really like this matchup here for him tonight. So I wanted to shine the spotlight on him here. Nice power of late, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs over just the last 7 games alone. We know he crushes right-handed pitching. WOBA approaching 400, ISO approaching 300. What I really like here, the matchup with Jameson Taillon, who's been terrible against left-handed hitters this season. We're talking a WOBA over 400 and ISO approaching 300. Our power mix is there as well, giving up a ton of fly balls and hard contact. Shohei OHTANI, I think he continues the power surge here tonight against Jameson Taillon. Easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Wednesday video with some of my favorite plays on FanDuel and DraftKings. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter doesn't necessarily have to be Shohei OHTANI. All you gotta do is give a number. Closest guess gonna win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium, and I want to know your top play on this slate. You going to Coors Field, you fading it, you got something else, let's hear about it. Beast of the Night plays in the YouTube comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck on the slate tonight. We'll take tomorrow off. Got to do some cleaning up here in the Fantasy Bar. Be back again with another video on Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on the slate tonight, and we'll see you on Friday.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist